Imagine this. You're sitting in a dark cinema hall. The giant screen flashes terrifying scenes. People around you scream. And suddenly, a man slumps forward in his seat. Someone calls his name, but he doesn't respond because he's already dead. Yes, there have been shocking moments in history when people died of a heart attack right inside the theater while watching a film. Tonight, we'll uncover those stories where the silver screen turned into a doorway to death. Welcome to History Bites, the place where we bring you stories not just from movies, but from the chilling truths of reality. In this video, we'll explore those films that didn't just terrify their audience, they took their lives. So brace yourselves, because what you're about to hear is not for the faint of heart. The Conjuring 2, 2016, Tamil Nadu, India, a packed cinema hall. Screams filled the room as the scariest scene played on screen. But a 65-year-old man suddenly went silent in his seat. People thought he was just too scared. But the truth was darker. His heart had stopped beating. His body was rushed into an ambulance. Yet, the story didn't end there. Before reaching the hospital, both the body and the ambulance driver mysteriously vanished. To this day, no one knows where they went. Was it just an accident or something far more sinister? Some believe the film carried shadows that followed him beyond death. Avatar 2009, Taiwan, while millions were mesmerized by the magical 3D world of Avatar. For one 42-year-old man in Taiwan, the movie turned fatal. Barely 40 minutes into the film, his heart began to race. His breathing faltered, and he collapsed. Doctors later said the intensity and excitement of the visuals overwhelmed his weak heart. Who would have imagined that a film of wonder and beauty could become the last thing someone ever saw? The Passion of the Christ 2004, Brazil. This was more than a film, it was pain, suffering, and sacrifice brought to life. In Brazil, a 56-year-old woman watched the story unfold with tears streaming down her face. But then, her heart stopped. The emotional weight was too much for her to bear. Witnesses said she wasn't just watching a movie, she was living it. For her, the screen became a window to the ultimate and final truth. Jaws 1975, USA. When Jaws first hit theaters, fear spread like wildfire. Every time the shark attacked on screen, audiences jumped from their seats, hearts pounding. Some fainted, others suffered heart attacks. The film wasn't just entertainment, it was a nightmare that followed people long after they left the theater. For some, the terror didn't end with the credits, it ended with their lives. Annabelle Comes Home, 2019, Rajasthan, India. In Rajasthan, India, a cinema hall was packed as Annabelle Comes Home unleashed its chilling scenes. But suddenly, a 78-year-old man collapsed in his seat. At first, people thought he had fainted from fear. But soon, they realized he was gone. Doctors called it heart failure. Yet many whispered it was the curse of Annabelle herself. Terrified, the audience fled the hall, leaving behind nothing but silence and fear. Terrifier to 2022 USA. This film became infamous not just for its graphic horror, but for what it did to audiences. Reports came from theaters across the country, people vomiting, fainting, and even suffering heart attacks. The director himself admitted, this movie is not for everyone. And he was right, because for some, the horror went far beyond fiction. It became fatally real. These chilling cases prove one thing: cinema isn't always just entertainment. Sometimes it can shake your soul, break your spirit, and even stop your heart. But the question remains, was it just coincidence? Or do some films carry a darker power we can't understand? Tell us in the comments which of these stories scared you the most. And remember, the next time you step into a dark cinema hall, be careful, because you might not live to see the final scene. This is History Bites, where real meets real and fear becomes fatal. We'll see you in the next video with another terrifying mystery. Until then, stay curious, stay alive.